It's like picking out clothes. Hey. I got so many flows, I don't know how to be the same. So many flows, I can kill your beat any type of way. So many flows, I don't see the need to imitate. So many flows, songs in my mind. I got so many flows, I don't know how to be the same. So many flows, I can kill your.
What's good? Candy cane gang. It's your girl. What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? What's cracking? How you doing? How's your day going? I hope your day is going good. This is another story time. So I don't want to say it's a part 2, but it's kind of got similar activities going on, just more funny and more crazy. So this story time takes place in New York, in Brooklyn, Crown Heights. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this disclaimer real quick because I got to give y'all the tea. None of the names used in this story time belong to any of these people. Their names are being changed to protect their privacy. Their names are being changed to protect the privacy of the trifling and not the innocent. So y'all, first and foremost, if I sound a little echoey, I told y'all already, I got construction going on around this whole damn building. So I got to find different areas in my apartment to record in. So it's a little hollow over here in this part. Y'all hear that? So yeah, but I'm getting the stories out to y'all, okay? It's Vlogmas day 10, okay? I'm a couple of days, I'm jumping in and out of Vlogmas, but I'm here, okay? So let's get and hop to the story time. This story time takes place during the summer. It's always my friends, y'all, okay? So this story time is about a friend that I had. We're just gonna call this friend Latanya. I knew Latanya from the area, okay? She stayed in the area, and we went to the same college as well, Kingsborough Community College. So at some point, me and Latanya decided to start hanging out with one another, okay? She would come along whenever me, Tangi, Tika, and Maribel would go out to the club, to Webster Hall nights, okay? She would come hang out with us. So she had this boyfriend. This guy was the creepiest, creepy looking boyfriend I've ever seen, okay? He was not attractive at all. And he was very sneaky. So we had a little get together one night. I used to throw a lot of get together parties at my house, y'all, okay? Like, one point, I used to have a lot of parties in my house, okay? So one of these particular weekends, I had a little get together at my house. And I invited some of my friends, the people that I like. Tika, Tangi, and Maribel invited some of their people. Everybody invited some people, okay? So this was a good turnout, all right? So Latanya ended up coming, and she came with her boyfriend, this guy. We're going to call this guy Corey, okay? She came with Corey, and Corey had on a black hoodie. He had on black jeans, and he had on black Air Force, the high tops. He had these dreadlocks, y'all, and these dreads never got a retwist. They were never twisted, okay? I mean, his hair was a complete mess. His hair was so undone, it would just sit really high up on his head. And he would put the hood on his head, y'all, and the bottom of the hoodie would be jacked up in the back. Just visualize that. You know what I'm talking about. So she comes to this get-together on this certain weekend with her boyfriend, Corey. She was like,
"Hey, Ken, how you doing? Like, thank you for inviting me. This is my boyfriend, Corey."
So Corey was like,
"Hey, how you doing?"
So I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like,
"You live in this building?"
I'm like, "Yeah." He's like,
"Oh, okay."
And that was it. So I didn't think anything of it at first, for him asking me if I lived in the building. So we just gonna take that and sit it right to the side. So y'all, this whole entire night we're vibing, okay? People is smoking, we eating, we listening to music, we drinking, just vibing. The whole time Corey is sitting in the corner. He's on his phone and he's just looking up at us. Corey's sitting in this corner And he's on his phone. Like, he's just on his phone. His fingers is going. And every other second, he would look up at everybody. So Tika comes over, and Tika is like,
Who's the weird motherfucker sitting in the corner? Like, who did he come with?
so I'm like, he came with Latanya, the girl that be coming out, hanging out with us when we goes to the club and shit. So Tika is like,
Oh, her?
I said, yeah. She's like,
Yeah, because homeboy just looks really fucking weird. Like, he's sitting in that corner, he's on that phone, and he's just looking at us like, tell me you don't see it.
so I'm like, yeah, I see it. So Latanya goes over to Corey and asks Corey to dance. Like,
Hey, you want to dance? Like, come on, let's dance.
because, we vibing. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's just doing something. So he's like,
Nah, I'm good. I'm getting ready to slip out real quick.
so the fact that Corey was ready to leave, that made Latanya want to leave too. She was one of those type of women. So she ends up leaving with him. So Tangi was like,
Is it me or they just weird as fuck? And why the fuck do you keep hanging around him?
so I'm like, it's not them. I'm not hanging around him. I'm hanging around her. Like, she's hanging with us. So Tangi was like,
Well, I don't like her boyfriend. Like, so if he's gonna be coming along when you invite her places, just don't invite her at all.
so I'm like, all right, got it. So y'all, the following maybe 2 or 3 days later, okay, after this whole event, this party, Latanya asks me to do her hair. Now, once upon a time, I used to do hair. She asks me to do her hair in some box braids. This was the worst, annoyingest day ever, okay? So I told Latanya she can come to my house, being that it's just me at my house, me and my cat Sassy. You can just come to my house. I can get your hair. I can get you in and out, okay? Latanya's like,
Like, oh no, you can come to my house. Like, I would prefer to be there because I don't have to get dressed. I can just be comfortable. Like, and you literally live like down the block, so you ain't even got to get all dressed up and dolled up. Just come through. Like,
so I'm like, all right, it's not a problem. So she hits me up and she's like, I gotta go to the beauty supply store because I need to get 2 more extra packs of hair. Or should I just send Corey? So I was like, yeah, you can go ahead and send Corey. That way I can come and I can get started with the hair that you already got. It's not an issue. She's like, all right, cool. So I'll see you soon. So I get myself together, y'all. I get dressed and I leave and I walk down to her building, okay? So when I get there, now Latanya had kids. Latanya had 2 kids. This house was a complete mess, okay? There was toys all over the place. It was clothes all over the place. Then there was like little pieces of bread, like bread and cheese, I guess cheese sandwiches. It was just broken up all over the floor. So she's like,
oh, I'm so sorry. Like, these kids, they just make a fucking mess. Like, let me just clean this up real quick.
so I literally had to sit, y'all, 30 to 40 minutes while Latanya is vacuuming the carpet. She's just picking up stuff. So I'm just, in my mind, y'all, I'm just like, this is the reason why I said, you can come to my house. So I'm like, all right, it's no big deal. I'm here already. So be it. So once she was done, I went and to get started on her hair. I'm braiding her hair, and Latanya is on the phone with Corey. Corey is calling her to ask her about the hair because she sent him to the store. So she's like,
You should have been back already. Like, I sent, it's going on almost an hour now. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I need this hair because she's here doing my hair now. Like, she's gonna need this hair really soon.
Like, she's just panicking on the phone with him. So Corey is like,
I'm coming. Like, just give me a second. I'm on my way. Like, just relax. Just relax. Everything is all right.
so she was like,
All right, I'm just saying, like, it's been almost an hour. Like, every time I send you to the store, it takes you an hour or more to get back to the house with the items that I sent you to the store for.
so Corey hangs up the phone on her. He doesn't respond. He just hangs up the phone on her. So she's like,
I love him and things like that, but this motherfucker, like, I don't know, it's just something off about him. Like, I just starting to notice he's a little thrown off.
so I'm like, I just was like, yeah, once you start noticing that something's thrown off, maybe you need to address it, instead of acting like you don't notice something's thrown off. Because y'all, like, I don't even know Corey like that. And meeting him that one time at the get together at my house, I'm noticing that this motherfucker is thrown off. Something's wrong with him. He was giving me serial unaliver vibes, okay? So finally, Corey comes back to the house. He's coming through the door, and he takes the bag of the hair and just tosses it at her. Okay, tosses it, like throws it at her. So she tries to catch the bag, but the bag just falls. So I'm just looking like. So she looks at me, and I just, I turn my head. I'm looking at the hair. I'm just parting the hair. So he walks past and he goes into the room and slams the door. So she's like, I don't
understand what his attitude is about. Like, because you're taking all this fucking time to bring the hair back to me.
like, this is what she's whispering. So I'm like, just let it go. Like, you got the hair, just let it go. So I finished her hair. And yes, I did her hair as fast as possible. It was still neat and laid because I was ready to get out of there. I was just uncomfortable. The cleanliness of the house, the kids yelling and screaming, and then this weird dude, okay? I was uncomfortable. So I did her hair, whatever, and she paid me and I left. So let's go ahead and fast forward. So now here it is, maybe a week or two later on after, the hair, me doing her hair, okay? Latanya is having a birthday dinner at the Olive Garden, okay? So at the time, y'all, I really didn't fuck with the Olive Garden. I don't know what it was. The food just was not hitting for me. So in my mind, I'm just like, damn, why would you, out of all restaurants, why would you pick Olive Garden, okay? But then I'm just like, it's not my birthday, so who the fuck am I to be complaining? So I'm like, all right, cool. It's my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's her birthday. It's a friend. I'm gonna go ahead and just support it. I'll eat some breadsticks and drink water. Okay. So I hit Latanya up, and Latanya's
Like, yeah, I'm excited about this birthday. Like, it's the color scheme. Everybody has to wear pink and white or black. Like, those are the three colors that I would prefer everybody to wear.
So I'm like, all right, cool. You said that I can bring a plus one or two, so I would bring two of my friends if that's possible. She's
like, yeah, that's fine. The more the better. Like, yes.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I hit Tika and Tangi and Maribel in the group chat, okay? I goes into the group chat. I'm like, listen, Latanya's having a birthday dinner at the Olive Garden. She said I could bring my friends. It's supposed to be a plus two, but y'all know how we do, okay? So Tangi was like, not the weirdo bitch. So I was like, yes. So Tangi was like, yeah, count me out. So Tika was like, okay, I want to go because I like Olive Garden. So Maribel was like, all right, I like Olive Garden too. I haven't had spaghetti in a minute, so count me in, regardless if she's weird or not. So I'm like, all right, cool. So Tangi's like, wow, so y'all going? So everybody in the group chat's like, yeah. She's like, all right, so count me in. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let her know. You sure you going? Tangi was like, yeah. I said, all right, cool. So I goes back to the text and I text Latanya. I'm like, it's gonna be me and plus three. She's like, it's fine. It's space for y'all. The more the merrier. I'm like, all right, cool. So y'all, me and my gang, my crew, okay, the girls, we goes downtown Brooklyn. So we trying to find outfits to wear to this party. So we are inside the Rainbows. Y'all know there was this big ass Rainbows on Fulton, downtown Brooklyn, Fulton shopping area. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, we was at this Rainbows, y'all. We is just walking through the store, like shopping, looking at different outfits and all that. Tangi comes over and she like shakes my shoulder really hard, like. So she's like,
Come here real quick. Come here.
So I'm like, what? What is it? She's like,
you see that motherfucker over there?
So I'm looking, like, I'm trying to focus to see what she's talking about because the store was kind of crowded this day. So I'm like, where? What are you talking about? She's like,
look over there, like going towards the shoes. Look at that wig up.
So I'm looking, I'm like literally looking, y'all. I'm like, all right, I see there's a bunch of people over there. What?
She's like, look at the wigger. That's your friend, boyfriend. The wigger. Look.
So, y'all, I'm looking over near the shoes, like to the section that Tangi's pointing to, and Corey is in this store with another female. And it's not Latanya. So I'm like, so I grab Tangi and we go behind one of the racks. Tika comes walking over and Tika is like,
What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why y'all bending down? What's going on? What is it? Is Richard in here?
so I'm like, no. So you remember the girl Latanya that was at the party, the one that's inviting us to her birthday? So Tika was like, yeah. Tangi was
like, her wig is in here with another bitch.
So Tika was like,
what? Where?
So I'm like, near the shoes. So Tika was like,
so you should go over there and let him see you so he can get the fuck out of here.
So I'm like, nah, no. Because if he sees me, it's gonna be bad. Like, this is what I'm saying. So Tangi was
like, no, maybe she's right. Maybe if he sees us, maybe he'll leave the store. Like, because I'm still looking around. I'm not ready to leave.
So I'm like, all right, because y'all, I was just saying, let's just leave the store, okay? So I stands up. We all stand up. So Tangi was like,
let's just go near the shoes. He's seen all of us, so I'm quite sure if he sees us, like, he'll get the fuck out of the store.
He'd probably leave the chair too. So I'm like, all right. So y'all, we walks over near the shoes, okay? We're walking over near the shoe area, and it's the girl he's with. She's looking at shoes. She's like,
so babe, what do you think? You think I should get this color, or should I just get it in black?
Before Corey can answer, Corey had noticed all three of us. And he's looking at us like, so Tangi is like,
I'm gonna go over here.
Corey's just staring at me, okay? Corey's just staring at me. Like, he's just like looking through me. So Tika is like,
you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get my outfit. I'm gonna get this outfit. I'm just gonna, we're gonna leave. Let's go, King. Let's go.
So we walks off. So as we get to the register, y'all, and I turn around and look, like, this man is still staring at us. He's still standing in the same stance, staring at us. So we pay for Ash and we get out the store. Like, literally, we just left, okay? Because it was just uncomfortable. It was crazy. So when we get outside, Tangi's like,
yo, like, this is wild. Like, you gonna tell your friend? You gonna tell her? Or you want me to tell her? You want me to tell her tonight when we get to the restaurant?
So I'm like, yo, just chill. Like, no, I'm gonna tell her, but I don't think I'm gonna tell her tonight because it's her birthday. I don't think I'm gonna tell her, not just yet, because this is her birthday weekend. She's celebrating her birthday. I don't want to fuck up her weekend, okay? So I probably would just tell her afterwards. So Tangi was like,
I mean, if it was me, I would want somebody to tell me whether it was my birthday or not.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell her, but I don't want to mess up her birthday weekend, is what I'm saying. Would you want somebody to come to you on your birthday weekend and tell you that they seen your wigger in a store shopping with a girl? So Tangi's like,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, that's you. I don't want to fuck her birthday up. And you don't say nothing either. So y'all, this whole entire weekend, okay, it was just crazy. All right, it was crazy. So here we are. We're at the house. We're at my house. We're getting dressed. Maribel, Tika, Tangi, and me. We're at the house. We're getting dressed. Maribel is like,
Tangi was telling me how y'all seen Latanya's boyfriend at the Rainbows with a bitch.
So I was like, yeah, like he was there in a shoe department with the girl. And he just was staring at us, especially me. So Maribel was like,
so did you tell Latanya?
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tell her, but I'm not going to tell her at her dinner. I'm not going to tell her. I'm going to wait. Maybe like Monday or Tuesday. I'm not going to mess up her birthday weekend. So Maribel was like,
all right, yeah, I agree with that. Just wait, wait a couple of days, whatever, until after her birthday.
So Tangi was like,
when I was telling her, she should just tell her now. Like, I would have texted her right then and there. Like,
so Maribel was like,
no, like, you don't want to ruin her birthday. Like, I would be pissed off if somebody hit me up and told me, you know, they seen my wigger in the store. I wouldn't be mad at them, but I'll be just mad at the whole situation. Like, damn, my birthday's ruined.
So Tangy was like,
all right, I get it.
Like that. So y'all, we're dressed, okay, and we're ready to go. We gets our cab and we goes down to this Olive Garden restaurant, okay? When we get there, all of her guests are there. Like, we all sitting out in the waiting part, waiting for tables to become available so they can turn it into a party area section, okay? So once it was time for us to sit, we all are getting seated at our tables. Latanya comes in and she's got Corey with her. So Corey comes and he pulls Latanya's chair out. We're like, she's giving everybody hugs, whatever. So Corey spots us, the trio, and he's instantly starts giving us the same look from the restaurant, like. So Tangy was like,
I don't know why the fuck he be looking at us like that. Like, we don't have anything to do with what the fuck he got going on. Like, you a cheater, wigger.
So Maribel was like,
just chill.
So now we're eating, okay? Everybody's being fake at this point. We're eating, Latanya is just happy. She's opening her gifts. She's crying because she's, it's the best night of her life. That's what she said. Her birthday was amazing, okay? So her birthday party at the Olive Garden, complete, done. Nobody said anything about this wigger, Corey, at the store. So now, when we leave the restaurant, y'all, we go back to my house. So Tangy is like,
all right, so you can send her a text and tell her about this wigger.
So Maribel was like,
can you just relax? Like, we not saying nothing to her.
So Tangy was like,
why not? I don't understand.
I'm like, we just left the restaurant. The dinner just got finished being done. She's like,
all right, so her birthday dinner is done with. Like, hello? Like, it's damn near midnight. You could say something. Her birthday is almost over.
So Tika was like,
you just seem a little too invested in wanting to see somebody react to seeing their wigger at a store with another bitch.
So Maribel was like,
listen, y'all, like, for real, let it go. King, that's King's. King is closer to her. Let King tell her.
So Tika was like,
exactly, like, just chill, Tangy.
So Tangy was like,
all right, I'm just saying, I see how y'all gonna do if y'all seen my wigger somewhere.
So I'm like, if I seen your wigger somewhere, I'm gonna FaceTime you straight right then and there, since that's what you like. So, y'all, we're gonna fast forward. I am heading to work, okay? I'm heading to work, y'all. I leaves out of my apartment and there is a plant sitting in front of my door, a plant. So I walk around the plant and I tap on my neighbor's door, okay? My neighbor comes out and I'm like, hey, my neighbor D. I'm just like, hey, is this your plant? She's like,
no.
So I'm like, So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's literally sitting in front of my door. It was a plant. So it had a little pink bow on the plant, y'all. And she's bent down and she's like,
there's a card here and it has your name on it.
So she opens up the card. I told her to open it because it could be anthrax or anything, okay? You go ahead and open up the card. So she opens up the card and it says, this is just a thank you gift for learning to keep your mouth shut. So D looks at me and was like,
what type of fucking message is that? Like, what type of, what?
So I'm like, that card didn't say that. Because, y'all, I know y'all probably sitting there saying the same thing because that's what I thought when she was reading it. So I'm like, I said, that card didn't say that. Let me see that. She's like, it did. So she handed me the card, y'all, and that's literally what the card said, okay? So I'm like, keeping your mouth shut. So she's like, who the would send something like that? I'm like, I don't know. So, y'all, I threw the plant down the incinerator and the card, okay? Because I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. You know, people always want to come to my doorstep and play games. I don't know what's going on. So I threw the shit down the incinerator, threw the card down the incinerator. So on my way to work, the whole entire time, I'm just thinking, like, who would leave something like that at my door with a message like that? You know, like, what are you trying to say? That I talk too fucking much? So I don't know, y'all. So the whole time I'm on this bus and this train, and all, like, I'm in the group chat, like, yo, like, it was a plant in front of my door, and you know, I'm telling them everything that happened. So Maribel was like, "Don't touch the plant." I'm like, "Well, I didn't touch the plant's long gone. I threw the plant down the incinerator." So Tangi was like, "I bet you it was that wigger. It was that wigger." Cause look at what the message is saying, like, thank you for keeping your mouth shut. So I'm like, you know what? You might be right. It could have been him, yo. Like this, you know, this is what I'm saying to them. So when I get to work, this on my mind the whole entire day. Latanya sends a text. She's like, "Hey girl, you know, thank you for the gifts. You know, what are you doing later on or maybe tomorrow? Like, I just want to link up." So I was like, "Well, tomorrow I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I'm off, and I'm not doing anything later because tomorrow I'm off. Like, I'm vibing." So she was like, "All right, cool." So I probably will come up, walk down the block. So I'm like, "All right." So when I get home, y'all, it's a teddy bear. It's a little teddy bear. One of the little teddy bears from the dollar store, okay, from Family Dollar. This is where I seen the bear at, and it's hanging off my doorknob by the little lace that it comes with. So, and it was like a baby blue bear, okay, and the bear had "I love you" on it, okay. So I'm like, okay, now this is getting confusing because I'm just lost. Like, why? What's going on here? Like, who the fuck is coming to my door? You know what I'm saying? I wish at that point I would have had a Ring camera at that time to put on my door because it was just always some dumb shit going on. So I snatches the bear off and I breaks the lace. Okay, I runs to the incinerator and throws it in the incinerator. Okay, I goes inside really quick, close the door, lock the door, runs to my windows. Like, I'm getting nervous. Okay, so I runs to the group chat and I'm like, "Y'all, I just got home and it's like a motherfucking bear hanging off my door, like a "I love you" teddy bear." So Maribel was like, "This is getting crazy. Like, go to the precinct, go to the precinct." Like, this is what she telling me. So I'm like, "All right." So y'all, I hits my mother up. I tells my mother what's going on. My mother says the same thing. Go to the precinct. Let them know. Like, file a report. So y'all already know. You know, y'all probably don't know. I didn't go. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. If they fuck around, they're gonna get fucked up. All right, literally, because I am the definition of if you fuck around, you'll find out. So Tangi was like, "Do you want us to come over?" Like, and I'm like, I said, "Nah, like, you know, I'm good. I'm good. If I need anything, I'm gonna hit y'all up." So Maribel was like, "All right, my brothers is on standby." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So Latanya calls my phone. She calls in. She's like, "Hey girl, you still want us to link up tonight?" Like, so I'm like, "Yeah, like, come through. I'm here. I just got here. You know, I'm gonna shower and change real quick." She's like, "All right, cool." So once I got out the shower, y'all, you know, I changed, I slicked my hair back, you know, into a bun, and I'm ready to vibe. Latanya shows up an hour later, and she doesn't look so happy. She's like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to ruin your day, you know, your night or nothing, but I just wanted, you know, just to hang around somebody positive because I'm just really stressed out.
so I'm like, "What type of stress could you be going through? Like, you just literally just went through, you know, a whole birthday celebration, like you was celebrating your birthday." She's
Like, yeah, like it's his bigger Corey. Like, I just feel like, you know, like I just feel like he doesn't love me. The way he talks to me, how he treats me, and now I feel like he's cheating because he's like guarding that phone with his life.
so when she said that, y'all, I'm just like, he's guarding the phone. Like, you feel like he's cheating. She's like,
Yeah, like I just feel like he's cheating. Like something is not right. I know I'm not tripping.
so I'm like, you know, I mean, you know, your women's intuition is very strong. So if that's how you feel, then maybe that's what's going on, you know. But You still should have a little bit of facts before you, try to step to him with anything. So she was like,
Well, I did go into his phone when he was asleep, and I seen like little conversations with a female.
so I'm like, okay, and did the conversation look like they had something going on? And she was like,
Kind of like yes and no. Like it's just hard to tell.
I was like, well, I don't know. She's like,
Yeah, so right now I'm just like I'm on the fence right now because I'm just trying to figure out like if I should say something to him or if I should just go and do me, like, because I know he's doing something. I know it.
so I mean, she had a point. Like, remember when I said when I was doing her hair, how he came in and threw the bag of hair at her? Like, it was just wild. So Latanya starts bringing up this guy that lives in her building that she's attracted to, and he's a motorcyclist. He rides motorcycles and he's a biker boy and all of this stuff. So I'm just telling Latanya, I don't know about that. Like, it's too close to home. It's too close to home. Listen to me, y'all. It's too close to home. Like, you shouldn't. Don't mess around with that. Especially you got Corey staying at your house with you, because Corey was not the father of one of her kids. So I was just like, you got Corey there. Like, I don't think you should mess around like that. Just leave it alone. If Corey's making you unhappy, just get him out your crib, and y'all just co-parent for your daughter, and just leave it at that. So she was like,
Yeah, it's just a lot to think about, and that's what I'm gonna be doing for these days forward. Like I'm gonna be figuring my next moves out.
so I'm like, all right, cool, So y'all, let's fast forward one more time. Cheers to the freaking weekend. I love when the weekend came because I would have parties once again at my house. So we all pitched in. Everybody cooked food dishes. Maribel made some rice and beans, some, gandulas. I made barbecue chicken. I made baked chicken and fried chicken. Tika had brung some seafood, and Tangi had brung the drinks. Okay, so we vibing out. Again at this party. I invited Latanya once again. So Latanya's like, she's coming. She came by herself this time. But it didn't last that long because Corey showed up to the party. And when Corey came, Corey had a bouquet of flowers. So we just vibing at this party. Music's bumping. Okay, we're dancing, we're vibing and all of that. One of my homeboys, we're just gonna call him Robert. Okay, he opens up the door, and Corey is coming in. Corey's coming in with this weirdo get up on again, and he's got the bouquet of flowers. Okay, it's red and pink roses. So Robert is like,
What's up, man? How you doing?
so Corey's like,
What's going on?
so we standing in this little tiny hallway, because I told you this apartment was small, and we're standing there, and Corey is like,
I got these for y'all ladies. For y'all.
like, he's literally pointing, I got this for y'all. So he's pulling out the roses and he's handing him. Hands Tika some, hands Tangi, hands me. And he gave the rest in the plastic to Maribel, like just handed it to her. So Maribel was like,
What is this for?
he's like,
For being beautiful. For y'all being y'all.
so I'm like, so Latanya walks over, and Latanya is
Like, why are you giving them roses? Like, I don't understand. Where's mine?
so Corey is like,
It was just back at the house. I just felt the need to give them flowers.
so Robert was like,
There's other women here. You could have spread it out evenly and gave it to the other women.
so Corey was like,
I didn't want to give it to the other women. I really was coming to give it to Kane, but I figured I'd give it to her and her friends.
so everybody is standing there in a confused stance, y'all. So I'm like, so Tangi just comes out and says,
Are you the same wigger that left the plant in front of her door?
so Corey says,
Yes, I left the plant there.
so Latanya's like,
Like, why are you giving gifts to my friend?
so Corey's like,
I mean, she's a cool friend. She did your hair. I gave her a gift and plant for doing your hair.
so Latanya's like,
Yeah, that don't sound right. Like you up to something. Like you trying to get with my friend. You trying to get with my friend.
So Corey was like,
No, that's definitely not going on. That's not what I'm doing. Is that right, friend?
so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, I've been coming home and it's been in front of my door, and I've been throwing this in the motherfucking incinerator. That's what I've been doing. So Corey's like,
So you've been throwing this stuff in the trash?
I'm like, yeah, because I don't know where the fuck it's coming from. Like, come on now. Anybody, if you show up to your door and it's something in front of your door, a plant, an unknown plant, or a motherfucking teddy bear hanging off the door, you ain't gonna tell me you ain't gonna pull that shit off and throw it in the trash. Come on now. Please. So I just says, yeah, I threw the plant away and the note that was on the plant. So Latanya was like,
What note?
so Corey was like,
Yeah, I didn't leave a note.
so I'm like, you didn't leave a note. He looks at Latanya. He's like,
I don't know. Maybe this is a different plan.
so Tangi was like,
Don't even try it. You just say you left the plate there, so that means you left the note too, because the note was on the plate.
so Corey is like,
I don't even know why I'm communicating with you. I don't even know you.
so Maribel was like,
This might be the right time, Kane.
so Latanya was like, the right time for what? Like, the right time for what? Like, the right time for what?
Like the right time for what?
So I said, well, we seen Corey inside of Rainbows with another bitch. So Corey was like,
Not me.
I said, yes, it was you. And you were staring at us. So Latanya was like,
Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?
so he's like,
You gonna believe them? Like, you gonna believe them? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm your man. I'm your man. Like, till death do us part, I'm your man.
so Maribel was like,
Excuse me, death do us part. That means if you're married. I don't see no fucking rings. Like don't try to beat her in her head like that.
so Corey was like,
I don't even know none of y'all. I don't know none of y'all. I don't understand why y'all even talking to me.
so I was like, well, you can get out because this is my house, motherfucker. Like, you can get out. What do you mean? Why are we talking to you? You can get the fuck out. So he's like,
Well, if I'm leaving, my bitch is leaving.
so Latanya was like,
You're a bitch.
he's like,
Yeah, my bitch. That's what I said.
so Latanya was like,
I'm not going anywhere.
so y'all, Corey grabs Latanya's arm, like grabs her arm and tries to yank her. So Robert got in between and was like,
You need to leave. You need to go.
so Corey was like,
So what you supposed to do? What you supposed to do?
Like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
so Corey said,
Nah, I'm gonna see you at the house.
so y'all, as he's walking, he slaps the flowers out of Tangi's hand, like slaps it out of her hand. So Tangi picks the flowers up and like throws it, throws it at the back of his head, y'all. So Corey turns around and Robert was like,
You could go. You could go.
so he goes through the door and slams my door, y'all. I was just like, no, this motherfucker did not slam my motherfucking door. So Robert was like,
Like, I don't think you need to go back to the house. Like, maybe you should stay here tonight and then, have somebody go with you to your house tomorrow. Like, you need to get away from old boy because he's giving abusive vibes.
so Latanya's like,
Yeah, like I can't believe this. I can't and you really saw him at the Rainbow.
so I'm like, yeah, he was at the Rainbows with some girl buying her some shoes. So Tangi was like,
I have been telling Kane to tell you, but she said she didn't want to ruin your birthday. So yeah, we was all there, we all saw it. So he can't lie and say that we're lying.
so Latanya was like,
This is crazy. I really do appreciate you, Kane, for not saying that on my birthday, because I really did. This is my first time ever having a successful birthday.
so I was like, I know, because I mean, come on now, to your birthday, like what would I look like going to this girl telling her on her birthday, oh, I saw you, your wigger, this, like, come on, for real. So Robert was like,
And then he's buying flowers and stuff for them. Like, and what did the card say, King?
so I'm like, the card said, thank you for keeping your mouth shut. That's what the card said on the plant. So Latanya was like,
Are you fucking kidding me? Like that the card.
I was like, yes, the card said that. I still can't believe it to this very day. The card said that. So I just took it and threw it in the trash. I didn't know exactly who it would have came from. But that idea came to me because thank you for not telling my bitch, basically is what he was saying. So Latanya was like,
Did you see how the girl looked like? How did the girl look?
so Tika was like,
Ugly as a mother. And her feet, oh God, her feet was crusty.
so I'm just like, damn, like you seen her feet? I didn't see all that. So Tika was
Like, yeah, I pay attention to detail. I seen all of that. Like, her feet was looking crazy.
so I'm like, she was brown skinned. She had, blonde wig or weave. And Latanya cut me off and was like,
Did she have a tattoo on her arm? Like, anywhere in her arm?
I'm like, I didn't see that. I seen like their heads because I'm short. So it's like the shoe racks, shoe display. So all I can see is their heads. So Tangi was like,
She had on blue jeans with a red top, and it was tied in the front, and she had a red purse, and she had the blonde hair, and she had like some brown shades.
so Latanya is like,
I know fucking well that's not my cousin.
so we all looking like your cousin. She's like,
Yeah, that sounds like my cousin.
so y'all, Latanya goes to her phone and she goes to Facebook and she's like just scrolling. She's just looking. So we all standing there. So Maribel was like,
I swear, like, Wiggins is grimy. Like, this is grimy. He's just really grimy.
so Latanya comes to us with her phone, y'all, and she's like,
This is her right here, isn't it?
so Tangi looked, Tangi said,
Bingo, that's her.
so Latanya was like,
This is my cousin. Like, I can't believe this. He's fucking my cousin. Like, I don't understand. And then to top it off, she lives a block away from us.
so I was like, well, that would make sense to why you say when you send him to the store, it takes him an hour or more to come back, which is, so Latanya was like,
You know what? I'm done. Like, this is crazy. This is really fucked up. Why would he do this to me? Like, I don't understand. Why would he do this to me?
so Latanya starts crying, y'all, okay? So Robert goes around and he's like hugging her, grabbing her. Latanya's phone is ringing and it's Corey. So Corey is blowing her phone up now, I guess because he wants her to come to the house so he can fight with her. So Robert was like,
If you want, you could just stay here at Kane house.
so I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, nigga, like, who the fuck are you to be telling anybody? How are you volunteering my house to somebody? Like, I don't mind her staying there, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, this is my apartment. What do you mean you could just stay at Kane's house? Like, you making it seem like you live here too, like that. Anyway, I'm just like, yeah, Latanya, it's cool, like it's a studio apartment, you got an air bed, you could bring you and the kids, y'all can come through tonight. I would prefer tonight when the kids are sleepy and ready to go to sleep, because I can't do the crying, you know what I'm saying, and the dirtiness and the noise. I can't do it. So she was like,
You know what? I probably just gonna go to my aunt's house. Like, I don't want to crowd anybody's space and nothing like that. I probably just go to my aunt's house because this is just too much. Like, I'm gonna drop the kids off at my aunt's house and then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do from there because I'm just really stressed.
So let's fast forward. It's the last time, y'all. Last fast forward. So a few days go by. Latanya sends me a text and she's like, she's in Far Rockaway. She's in Far Rockaway and the kids are in Bed-Stuy at her aunt's house. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, how are you feeling mentally? So she's like, I'm just really, really stressed out. Like, I just can't believe that this man would do something like this to me. So she was just like, in the beginning, he was like a Prince Charming. And as months and, years went by, like he just started to just turn into something else. So I'm just like, did you confront your cousin? She's like, yeah, me, I confronted my cousin when I went to my aunt's house And me and her had this big ass argument. We almost fought and all that. Like, it was crazy. So I'm like, so that's the same odd house that you at right now? Like, and she was like, no, this is her, you know, her mother and this aunt here, they sisters, whatever. So I'm like, wow, like, so y'all just like first cousins. Like, that's crazy. So she ends up calling me later on in the day to ask me about Robert. Like, she's asking me all these questions about Robert. So I'm like, what about him? She's like, oh, I just want to know, like, how long did you know him? You know, like, he said that he works at your job. He's got a car. He's this, and this. So I'm like, you know, Robert's mad cool. You know, Robert was from the Dominican Republic as well, but he was like my complexion or a little bit darker. So I'm like, you know, he's mad cool. You know, like, he's a good homeboy. You know, like, I knew him for maybe like 5 or 6 years. He's cool. So she was like, yeah, because me and him was talking on the phone, you know, and we're starting to like one another. So Robert told me, you know, I could come stay at his house with the kids. He said he got a 2-bedroom apartment up in Bed-Stuy. So I was like, yeah, he does. She's like, yeah, so what do you think? I'm just like, you just need to go ahead and go for it. See how it goes. See how you like it, okay? So to smooth this story out, LaTanya and Robert ended up dating, okay? And here it is, December 2024. Robert and LaTanya are married, okay? And they have 5 children, okay? So they had 3 of their own. So yeah, y'all, that is the end of this story time, okay? I don't know what happened to Corey, and I was very glad that she got away from Corey, because Corey was giving me serial unalive vibes, okay? He never came back to my house, never left anything else at my door or anything else again. That was just weird. I wanted to tell that story. But I have another story coming behind this one, and I know y'all would like that one too. So if you like this story time, give this video a thumbs up, and let's talk about it in the comments. If you have ever experienced something like this, have you ever caught one of your homies or your homegirls, significant other cheating? Like, you seen it with your own 2 or 4 eyes and you saw it. What did you do? How long did it take you to tell them? How did they react? We're gonna conversate about that one in the comments. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in the comments. If you didn't like this story time, give this video a thumbs up and get your ass out of here. Okay? So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end this story time, because it's another one coming up. I'm trying to get into the Vlogmas spirit. I'm trying to be more consistent. Y'all hear all this ridiculous ass noise in the background. I ain't gonna let it stop me, okay? I ain't gonna let it stop me. So wherever you at in this crazy ass world, if you happen to be outside walking, or you at the store, or you on Facebook and Instagrams, and you happen to see your friend's wigger or your friend's girl with somebody else, just go up to them, or just go in the comments and be like, don't forget. They're gonna be like, don't forget what? Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell another motherfucking friend, to tell another motherfucking friend that the king is on the motherfucking tube. Peace. I love y'all.
I got so many flows, man. It's like picking out clothes. Hey, I got so many flows. I don't know how to be the same. So many flows. I can kill your beat any type of way. So many flows. I don't see the need to imitate. So many flows. So what's in my mind? I got so many.